Hello, my friends. Whether we're living in modern life or I see it in students coming out here to Rewild You all the time, motivation is one of the most difficult things for a lot of people to harness in today's world. We want to get in better shape, we want to meditate, we want to, whatever it's going to be. But getting motivated is really tough. This is a simple little trick that I've used successfully with students and with myself to help you develop a stronger sense of motivation. Okay, all we're going to do is get to think about food, which most of us like, right? As we think about food, there's kind of two routes here. If you are a person that is very compassionate and you're concerned about the animals and plants that are killed when you eat, that's one route in. If that doesn't really concern you, you can get equal benefits by thinking about the money that you spend on food and how to earn that money you had to work in order to, you're translating basically your hours at work. This works especially well if you don't enjoy your work, into money that you then can purchase food with. Even if you're out hunting, gathering, you've put time and energy into getting that food. So, no matter what, there's an energy trade for getting food onto your plate. Here's the trick. If you have traded energy, or you have asked other creatures to sacrifice their lives in order to have this food on your plate, you've been given a set amount of energy here, and you've traded something for it, either heartache or hard work. Here's this energy in the form of calories on your plate. When you eat these calories, you are going to turn them, transform them into action. The question is, what kind of action is that going to turn into? If you've worked long and hard to put that energy onto your plate and then you eat it, don't you want to use it for something that's going to be beneficial or positive? If you just decide, I'm just going to sit around and watch some Netflix programs or watch TV, is that how you really want to be using that energy? Same thing, if you're that compassionate-minded person, creatures have given their lives for this energy on your plate. How are you going to honor that energy? Again, are we going to spend it doing something like driving to the store to buy a pack of cigarettes, or are we going to spend it meditating? Key is that we have a choice. When we realize that there's an energy trade or a life trade that's happening whenever we consume food, then we can begin to motivate ourselves by asking, what am I going to transform that energy into? On one side of the equation, we have the ability to transform that into just getting sucked deeper and deeper into modern culture. Again, watching junk media that doesn't really serve us, sitting around on a couch, not moving, letting our body get more and more weak and ill. On the flip side, we can use that energy in actions that build our body, that make us more compassionate, that bring us more happiness and joy, that move us in a direction so that we don't have to go to that work that we don't enjoy in order to earn money to put that energy onto our plate. So there it is. That's the basic question. Every time you sit down and eat, you stop and you say, here is this energy. What am I going to transform it into? And then transform it into the most creative, amazing thing that you can. This is all about not buying in to the cultural teaching that basically we're all worthless and can't really make a difference in the world, and we might as well just sit and watch the latest TV program. Each of us is this amazing creature with vast potential. And that potential is probably, if you're like most of us, it's being sucked up by a culture that doesn't care about what you're passionate about, what you're really good at. The culture is all too happy to just use you in order to meet its own ends. Are we going to fall for that trap? Or are we going to break free and live as passionately, as compassionately, as vibrantly as possible? It's not going to be long before you're sitting down to a plate. And when you do, ask yourself, what are you going to transform that energy into today? Thank you for watching. Share your thoughts, your ideas, your inspirations, your wisdom in the comments below. See you soon.